Hi my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to jump straight into the video. I'm going to put some of the airspun powder underneath my eyes to bake using the Morphe Beauty Blender. I really like this one because of the flat edge. It gets really close to your lash line, and girl, you need that when you're working with pigmented shadows. Next, I'm going to use the shade MFEO in Silk Cream in the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, and I'm going to be using that as my transition color, putting that in my upper crease. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Pukey and put that on another brush underneath the initial colors we first put on, just to kind of deepen up the eye and also give it some warmth. Ignore me dancing, the Pussycat Dolls was on when I was recording this video and I'm just a mess, so yeah. Now that my little dance is over, I'm going to be going in with the shade Jada, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner initially, kind of blending that in to the inner part of my eye. I'm trying to keep this as low as I can just so that I can still see that brown and those warm yellow undertones as my transition color at the top of it. I'm now just working in windshield wiper motions and just kind of patting those colors into my center part of my lid because I want my whole lid to eventually be covered in the shade Jada, so that when we put our next color on, it just evenly transitions into that pretty blue that I'm working with next. Then I'm just going to keep blending and blending and blending until my fingers actually start hurting just working in those circular motions all across my eye. I'm just going back in with those first two colors we initially put on in our transition area just to make sure there's no harsh lines, and I'm just blending that upwards a little bit on both my eyes. I'm now taking the NYX glitter primer on a flat brush and putting some eyeshadow primer on so that the shimmer shade we're about to put on next stays. Now I'm going in the shade Pool Party, and I'm putting that on my finger. I just think that shimmers apply better when you apply them with the finger, and I'm kind of patting that wherever we put it. This is actually my favorite shade in the whole palette. I am so obsessed with this color. It just screams summer to me. Now I'm going in the shade Jada, and I'm just gonna even the edges out that where we just put that shimmer shade. And using that same brush that I just put Jada back on, I'm going to blend all around the shimmer that we just put on the lid just to make sure again that there's no harsh edges because I really can't stand those. Now I'm going back in with the brush I first used and blending out the Jada edges because it's all about blending here, people. What I'm doing now is just taking that Jada shade once again and I'm putting that on my lower lash line, just kind of stamping it with an angled brush. And then eventually what I'm going to do is take those transition colors and smoke that out on the lower lash line. The two colors I'm going to use to smoke that out are the MFEO and the Silk Cream, and on a small buffer brush I'm just going to buff those out, and I love doing this. I think it just evens it out. Now what I'm doing is taking the shade Beam, and I'm going to use that as my eyebrow highlight and just apply that with a small little Morphe brush that I absolutely love. It's so small and defined, and it really just gets exactly where I want the color. Now I'm going to pop it in my inner corner and wipe off the excess bakage. And I'm so in love with this technique because it just makes your makeup so much cleaner and you have no harsh fallout. I'm taking the Sunset Boulevard Lashes by Morphe using the Duo Glue, and I actually really like these. They remind me they are Ardell Wispies. Now I'm taking the blue eyeliner from Urban Decay in the Jean Basquiat collection. I'm probably completely saying his name wrong, but it's an awesome eyeliner. Now I'm taking the Laura Geller highlight in the shade Gilded Honey and highlighting my life away just at the top of my cheekbones. I really like this highlighter because it makes your skin look wet and healthy, and I just love that look. I'm still drenching myself in highlighter at this point. Might as well just put it all over my body. I don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah. Now I'm setting my face with the All Nighter setting spray and going in with the Kat Von D Lolita lip liner. I really like this. They last for a really long time, like all Kat Von D products do. I use the nude one for my eyeliner sometimes, actually. Now I'm going in with the Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Warm Bronze. I think this is a really pretty color and it complements the eyes. I really like this look. I typically don't wear blues, but it's screaming summer and mermaid to me, so I'm living for it. If you stuck around this long, thank you. This is my first voiceover. I love you, and I'll see you soon.